On your YouTube channel there, you talk about your upbringing, spirituality, and being mixed race.
Yes, multicultural.
When I read the mixed race part of it, I don't understand it. You said on your YouTube that you are Japanese,
Hi.
you're black,
Yes.
you're English, and you're 3 tribes of Native American.
Well, that has since been corrected. Some of that was just thoughts from the family. I am only one tribe, it is Choctaw, and I discovered that my African American ancestry is primarily from Nigeria. So.
Wow.
Ooh.
What a mess.
I really want to try some good Nigerian food now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So are you confused about who you really are because of all this mixed stuff?
No. I've been blessed to really always just embrace everything that I am. I will say I was raised more so with my Japanese values. My mother and my grandma Sachiko, and my stepdad growing up was a Chinese-Japanese man, so I have a lot of that infusement in me, but I have always loved and embraced everything that I am, and I've never had any self-identity issues. I did recently in the past 2 years with things that have been happening in the world. It made me question, am I not being involved enough? Am I not supportive enough in this group? Sometimes people will come at me. For example, I started trying to get more involved with my Black community when things were happening for Black Lives Matter after what happened to George Floyd. And some women would reach out to me and they'd say, "You're not Black, you don't know our struggles." And I'm like, I'm part Black, what do you mean, accept me? And so that kind of got to me a little bit. I felt like ostracized, pushed away.
By the Blacks?
Yeah. And there's been other things that have kind of happened in the past that I don't really want to bring up, but I know that I stay true to all that I am and I love all that I am, so.
Nice.
Yes.
So your father was Black and your mother was Japanese?
No, a little more mixture. My mother is half Japanese and Black, and my father is Black, English, and Native American. My mother also has some Irish in her, but I just claim the English. Both of my great-grandfathers on both sides were Caucasian men. Put it that way, yeah.
Whoa.
And I love it. They wanted to mix it with the cultures, and yeah,
So
here I am.
Have you dated all races of men?
Yes,
All races?
my partner, he's actually white and Black, and former partners, I was once engaged to a Pakistani / she was part Indian also, man.
Wow.
That was interesting.
I'm glad you didn't go down that road.
Woo, Lord.
Your head will be cut off right now.
Oh, no. I would just, yeah. But, and I've also dated Caucasian men. I went to a private Christian school, so I grew up with a lot of white boys. So
You like white boys?
they're cute. All men are handsome.
Do you have a preferred race, a preference of the guys that you've been with? All of them.
If I were to erase my boyfriend, like he doesn't exist,
Right.
I want to say no, just because I feel that's the right way to be. But I do kind of gravitate to Asian men and Caucasian men or mixed men. So, yeah.
Asian, Caucasian, or mixed. And why is that?
Asian because the upbringing, we have a lot of similarities in that.
Right.
And Caucasian men because I grew up with so many of them. I'm just used to them. And mixed because I'm mixed. So to be with a mixed person, I think that's why my partner and I are so just like destined for each other, because his mixture and mine, it's just like the best of both worlds. So
Amazing.
yeah, I love that. Yeah.
Interesting. You would not be accepted by Black women in the Black community because they would say you think you're white, you speak well, you have a lot of common sense about yourself. They wouldn't like you for that.
Well,
and you're not a victim, as far as I can tell. You're not blaming someone else, saying that they'll keep you down. You won't be accepted. How will you deal with that?
That's been the hardest part with all my ethnicities, because I don't really have those problems when I'm around my Asian culture. They don't expect me to be full Asian. You can obviously look at me and tell I'm not, but
Right.
they embrace me as being part of or mixed. And I just wish something that would change within the African American community is that 1 ounce rule. Now that we are in 2021, for that to
Disappear.
go away.
Yeah.
Like, embrace me for being part of and also all that I am, but I don't have to denounce my other races to be accepted in, and it should be okay that I'm mixed, part black, and I am these other things. That's something that I would really, really love to see
Does
happen.
it bother you at all that they won't accept you because of that? Are you moved by that at all?
No, because it's not everybody. I have so many sensational African American women in my life that do accept me as the multicultural person that I am.
Right.
But I think that's just upbringing. It's just things that have been passed down. So if we just learn to embrace others differently, then hopefully that ostracism will stop happening.
Yeah.
You know? I'm sure it may be like that in other cultures also, but out of all of my cultures, I do receive the most ostracism from my African American.
When the Asian or Japanese community see you, can they tell right away you have Japanese in you?
Generally, they can, yeah, especially if they're Japanese. And of course, when they see my name, they get it. They're like, "Oh, you're part Japanese."
Oh, okay.
But I'm never thought of as being full. They always say, oh, you're part Asian? Like if I go get a massage or my nails done or something and one of the ladies happen to be Asian, they'll say, oh, you're part, what Asian are you? Like they're trying to figure it out because you're a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You speak the language?
I am learning more and more.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
ありがとうございます。
I see.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
You got it. Good job.
So I gotta ask, so are you accepted by the white community? No issue at all?
See, that's something that's always been interesting for me because I've never dealt with any racial tension in honesty, from white people growing up or
Yeah.
even recently.
Yeah.
Again, I'm accepted for being me, mixed, and I haven't experienced any problems.
Right on. Amazing.
Yeah.
Did you know that July is White History Month?
July?
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. This is the 4th year of celebrating white history in July. And you know why? I started it 3 years ago. And the reason for it, if you really notice, July just feels white. Have you noticed that?
4th of July,
Yeah,
which I don't celebrate, but yeah.
You don't celebrate the 4th? What's wrong with you?
Because I honor my native roots. This land was my native people's land. It was taken, so on 4th of July, I chill and I sit out in nature.
What? But you are an American, right? You're born here.
Yes, I am an American.
But this is your country.
Yes.
Well, why shouldn't you celebrate the 4th of July? Look at all the stuff you're doing. If it wasn't for white people, you wouldn't be able to do all the intimacy, you wouldn't be able to do self-love, you wouldn't be modeling nudes, you wouldn't be having an amazing life.
See, that's the, well, I feel that my blessings still are given by the universe and source itself, but that's the difficulties of being mixed. You know, you may feel strongly about one and it goes against the other of you. You know, I know that on the 4th of July, many Native American people are feeling pain for their ancestry and what has happened to...
Tell them to get over it.
No.
They need to grow up.
But
where are the ancestors now?
of course, everybody passes on,
They
but
did.
trauma passes on.
Did. So move on, you know what I mean?
But then, so what if, for example, if another country, let's say a group of, we'll just say Italians came over and took over the United States, then would you feel that same, would you honor Italian Day, you know?
If they made it
if they
better
did that?
than what it is, if they enhanced it even more so, freedom of speech, the Constitution, if they enforce what's already there, I would have no problem. But if they try to destroy what's already there and create this false image, then I would have an issue.
But by the hands of things like genocide and murder and trickery to get to do that, stealing.
May the best man win.
Why not work to? Why couldn't we have worked together with the
May the
Native
best
people?
man win. Isn't that true?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to disagree on this part, which is okay.
And how about, so on the 4th of July, you just sit there as though it's not happening?
Yeah, this past 4th of July, I had a session with a client and I did meditation out in nature.
This is the first time you've done it this way?
No, I've been doing this a couple years now. When I was in high school, I'd go to fireworks and things like that, but I don't even like fireworks.
Oh.
They stress my dogs out all night. They're loud. I feel like I'm in a war zone.
It definitely feels like a war zone now.
It's too much.
The firecrackers and things, they're like bombs.
Yes, they set the
were
cars off all night long.
Yeah, they were not like that before. But you will celebrate White History Month.
What exactly what are we celebrating?
We are celebrating the fact that white men came over here and went through hell under the grace of God and created the greatest country on this side of heaven, right? And then they created a constitution that allows all of us to be free. They
But are we
invited
really
non-white
free?
people into the country, and there's no other country that is doing what they're doing here. They died for it. So we are reflecting this month to show appreciation for that. So reflection, vacation time, a time to say thanks.
I probably won't celebrate, but I will learn more of history so that I can learn more of what I can do to make the world a better place, to change whatever trauma has been
And
passed
show
down.
appreciation for the men who founded and built.
I show appreciation to my mother and my father and Source.